25 plus woodworking tips for beginners. You might be a wannabe carpenter, or just a DIY enthusiast who'd like to put some wooden crafts in forms of furniture or appliances. Either way, you have to take the stairs that hones up your skill set from the very basic tier to what we call a professional one. If so, we've got your back. To make the journey smooth and efficient, we've put together 27 woodworking tips for beginners just for you. Before going into the video, discover the world's largest database of 16,000 woodworking projects with step-by-step plans even if you don't have a large workshop or expensive tools. Click the first link in our description to get access to the plans. Now let's get into today's video. Woodworking tips for every beginner. These 23 plus tips that you'll learn are like simple hacks that'll take you to the top before you even realize it. As there are a lot of things to master in the woodworking world, we've got the basic tips for you first. So, let's have a look at the tips. Tip 1, make a half pencil. You should break your work pencil from the bottom to the middle. This allows the pencil to run through perfectly when you're using a template to measure or draw on something. Tip 2, keep the saw straight. You see, when you're holding your saw, don't keep your finger inside of the grabbing rail, your cuts will be curved for sure. Tip 3, use bench for blade. You can use your bench for the initial setup on your blade. The taps on the wedge and the blade will be just enough to make it engageable. Tip 4, measure from the inches. Measuring with the end hook added, makes the measurement inaccurate. So, it's better to measure from the exact inch from the tape. Tip 5, 2 nails on a straight board. All you need is 2 nails and a straight board to make any kind of angle shooting boards you want. You just have to place the nails on the board crossly. Tip 6, use rubber pads. You can place rubber pads under your bench's feet because it prevents the feet from sliding around and causing an accident. Works just like sneakers. Tip 7, add copper down to the leg vise. You can try adding copper down to your leg vise. It'll surely make it look better, will give you more comfort and make it easier to move. Tip 8, use a sandpaper eraser. You can make sandpaper erasers work just as well as hooking hoops as they do your bell sanders. Tip 9, slight radius blade on smoother. A slight radius blade on your smoother as it can give you a smoother sensation to the fingers because you won't feel the undulations. Tip 10, skew your blade. If you ever think that you need a lower angle blade, skew the blade a little bit and it'll get the job done. Tip 11, say yes to block planes. A block plane can be a lot more comfortable than the number 3 smoother. Give it a run. Tip 12, always use a brush. You should always use a brush to clear away the shavings, because sharp equipment might create an event that you'll not be ready for. Tip 13, short boards or joiner. The short boards are so smooth that it might as well be a joiner. Sounds crazy, but it can really be used as a joiner. Tip 14, find the sandpaper. You can store sandpapers onto a wooden wall by using a Velcro so that you can find them right when you need them. Tip 15, use magnets. Use large magnets to keep a hold on your small handy things, like screwdrivers or screws. Tip 16, quick mixing surface. If you ever need to mix something, you'll need a surface to mix it on. Use tapes to create a mixing surface on the wood and then mix your stuff in that place. Tip 17, use a stain sprayer. Just use an empty bottle to make a stain sprayer. It makes your work less hard and fast. Tip 18, protect your table saw. You can rub on a coat of paste wax to protect your table saw top. Even if you drip glue on the surface anymore, it won't stick and keep it clean. Tip 19, safety when taking care of small parts. You should attach the small parts on 2x2 with a dowel screw. Keep the parts straight and keep you safe too. Tip 20, folding workbench. You can just use hinges with 2 wood parts that'll make the foldable workbench and give you more mobility. Tip 21, clean the dust easily. You can clean the dust easily as the leaf blower is the best cleaner device to be ever invented. Tip 22, don't hurt your palm. Make sure that you don't support a chisel or a screwdriver back with the center of your palm and start pushing with it. That's where all your nerves are at and it can cause serious damage. Tip 23, use a tungsten burnisher. A tungsten burnisher will make you feel like a Superman, because it is able to bend even modern steel. Tip 24, use a Modern Hansel. A Modern Hansel is an engineering marvel. The handles are designed to fit your hand perfectly and add functionality. Makes starting a cut a lot easier for you. Tip 25, sharpen chisel on a stroke. Sharpening a chisel on a stroke often will maintain the edge a lot longer and make them a lot more useful than sharpening them on the stones. Tip 26, focus on body alignment. It's very essential that you make sure that your body alignment is correct for your own safety. Tip 27. Rubber and hard side hammers. You should grab one of those rubber and hard side hammers. Use the rubber on the wood and the hard side on the blades. And don't forget to check out Earth's largest collection of 16,000 woodworking projects by clicking the first link in our description. If you like the video, then make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you want more woodworking tutorials, please consider subscribing our channel for more contents every day. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments below.